So we're gonna talk about 7 ways that you know you're addicted to the internet. Number 1, when you click on a YouTube video, you automatically scroll down to the comments. Now be honest, you literally click on a video, you do not, and don't bullshit yourself, you do not click on a YouTube video and actually consciously think to yourself, I'd like to see what the comments are saying on this video. You have never said that once you've clicked on a video. You've never had the conscious thought, and yet because of addiction, because you're like a rat just pressing the lever of dopamine, you just scroll. That's the first sign that you're addicted to the internet. It's very specific to the kind of people who watch YouTube. You just keep constantly scrolling down. There's a series, like multiple Google Chrome extensions that will just stop YouTube from fucking your mind. All those extensions I linked in a different video, which if you haven't seen it, it's titled, "This will literally change your life in 12 minutes. Number 2, the second sign that you have an internet addiction. You've already tried to improve this. Like, you're in this space of knowing about dopamine detox, of knowing about internet addiction, of knowing about like the problem of dopamine, that when you watch porn, then your dopamine shoots through the roof, but then after that it kind of goes down below baseline. You already know like all the lingo. So really we can go straight on to number 3. You know that you have an internet addiction. You already knew it before you clicked on this video, right? When you went onto YouTube today, you did not think to yourself, I wonder if I've got an internet addiction. I wonder if there's a video that might educate me and you know, enlighten me whether or not I've got an internet addiction. You already knew that you had an internet addiction, and yet you still clicked on this video. Why? You're a dumbass. Because you're prone. You're weak. You have a lack of control over your own impulses. The fact that you just clicked on this video for no reason, that's something that we speak about inside of Adonis School. Do you see what I did there? You need a little bit of humility to realize that this is a problem that keeps happening to you because you're not actually doing anything about it. You identify as someone who has an internet addiction, but you do nothing to solve it. I've already suggested the extensions, but really the second thing, which it goes so much deeper, because when someone tells me he installs some extension to block porn or YouTube or whatever it is, honestly, if I'm totally honest, you sound like a little bitch, because have some fucking control over yourself. Every single person who downloads something like that, who sets up one of these, like, have you seen this forest app? And so you're about to do 90 minutes of work and then you click on it and then a tree shows. Bro, are you fucking 10? Are you 10 years old? Are you like a dumb little child who needs this little dopamine, who needs an extra app to help him from internet addiction? You need to download an extra app, which is all gamified. What's wrong with you? You know, the reason why so many guys are coping with these low tier strategies, a lack of purpose. It's simply this: if you became more masculine, if you became more purposeful, you simply would waste less time. You can say your purpose is kind of like the biggest core goal that you have right now. Maybe it's to finish your studies, maybe it's to like get a good job or to level up a business, maybe it's to just focus on the gym so that you can build a body that you're proud of. When you really have this big goal in your mind, this one big goal, and you're making decent progress to it, you no longer waste your time. You no longer need the Pomodoro technique. You no longer need the fucking Forest app or these extensions. The ones I've recommended at the start of this video, they can be nice, especially if you're a YouTuber and like for your work, you have to go onto YouTube. But the idea of like just blocking YouTube as a website, blocking the porn apps, that's not gonna do shit because you'll uninstall them. The reason why is because you still want to do those things. Like, I don't want to like just watch some bullshit random video on YouTube. You might agree, but your actions suggest otherwise. You want to waste time because you're not filling your time up with other things. And the reason why, I can tell you right now, 2 reasons. Either of these reasons will explain why you're a little bitch. Your beliefs or your traits. You believe that you shouldn't be so hard on yourself. You believe that you should have like an hour at the end of the day to like rest and unwind by hyper stimulating yourself on TikTok and video games. Is that unwind? Your brain isn't resting from that, so you have a poor belief system. But maybe it's just your traits. Maybe your belief system is in the right place. Mr. Tate has raised you well, but now it's your traits. For some reason, you end up, before you know it, back onto YouTube. That happens, doesn't it? It almost feels like you have a lack of control, doesn't it? The reason why this happens, you are unconscious. If you keep finding this to happen in your life, you get these intense cravings for the food you shouldn't eat, and it's almost like you feel powerless to them. You instantly get angry or emotional and you say things that you later end on regretting. These happen because of a lack of consciousness. Consciousness is kind of like how present you are in the real world. How could you stop being unconscious? What activity, what habit do you think might make you more conscious? Meditation. Mark my words, meditation is the cure to internet addiction. Make sure you sit up straight, it'll really help, or stand up. Open out your chest like this, pinching your shoulder blades back together as if you're about to do like a bench press set. Inhale deeply through your nose and breathe through whatever tensions you notice in your body. You should breathe so deeply that your dick literally moves. And if your dick doesn't move, if your balls don't bulge with each breath you take, you're breathing like a bitch. And so if you can't even breathe right, how are you gonna cure your internet addiction? You're in a war against these million nerds, right? These software developers who have been testing everything. And here you are, and you're not even breathing right, bro. The one thing that you're just born with, you can't even do, bro. You're a dumbass. You want to overcome internet addiction? I can waste your time with another 6 or 4 points of the 7 signs of internet addiction. If you wanted that, you're a pussy. You don't need more signs of whether or not you're addicted to the internet. You're addicted to the internet. So let's go to the solution. The solution is to breathe right as much as possible throughout the day, to go into these meditative periods, which will level up your consciousness to the point that you'll stop automatically falling down the trap of the internet addiction. These things only affect you because you are mindless.